Humans have an amazing habit of assuming that a bigger brain means you're smarter, but that's not actually true. So, what actually makes a brain smarter? In short, it comes down to three things: how big your brain is, how well it's organized, and how connected it is inside. Size matters the least, connection matters the most. First, brain size. A larger brain has the potential to contain more neurons and more connections. That's why, across different animal species, larger brains often support more complex behavior. But within humans, brain size explains only a small part of the differences in intelligence. Why? Because a bigger brain isn't very useful if it's poorly organized or inefficient. Imagine buying the world's biggest warehouse. If everything inside is scattered randomly and nothing is labeled, you'll spend forever trying to find anything. More space doesn't automatically make the warehouse more efficient. The same idea applies to your brain. A larger brain provides more potential, but potential alone doesn't make someone smarter. Brain organization. Imagine dumping every single part of a PC into a computer case. The CPU, RAM and everything else. But does the computer work? No. Now assemble every component correctly, connect every cable, and install everything where it belongs. Suddenly, the exact same parts become a working computer. Brains work in a similar way. Simply having billions of neurons isn't enough. What matters is how they're organized. Different parts of the brain specialize in different jobs, like language, vision, memory, and decision-making. The better these regions work together, the more efficiently your brain can solve problems and process information. Neural connections. This is probably the most important factor. Your brain contains around 86 billion neurons. Each neuron can connect to thousands of others. Together they form hundreds of trillions of connections called synapses. These synapses create the brain's communication network. Think about the internet. A single computer connected to the internet can instantly communicate with millions of other computers around the world. Disconnect it from the network, and it's isolated. It still has all its hardware, but it loses much of what makes it useful. Your brain works the same way. Neurons become powerful, not because they exist, but because they are able to communicate with each other. The stronger and more efficient these connections are, the better your brain can learn, remember information, and solve problems. So, does a bigger brain actually make you smarter? Not by itself. Size gives your brain potential, organization puts that potential to work, and connections are what bring it all to life. So the next time someone assumes a bigger brain means a smarter brain, you'll know the real answer is a little more interesting than that. If you learned something new, consider subscribing. If not, well, at least you know more about brains now.